Kia ora Canterbury, no mai, haere mai, and welcome to Canterbury Live on Tuesday the 28th of July. A beautiful, beautiful day out there, so I hope you get out to enjoy some of it. Now it is Māori Language Week. Yesterday we gave you a phrase, words, tino pai, which was very good. So if you've used them, very good to you, tino pai. Today, a little bit different, kia kaha. What is it? Be strong. You may have heard it many times, so it's a very lovely term. Kia kaha, be strong. That's your challenge today, to try and put that into your conversation. Rightio, yesterday we teased it a little bit, but next week, very exciting, we'll be coming to you not Monday to Friday, but Monday and Wednesday. That's Monday and Wednesday for an hour-long show from 10 to 11. So make sure you reschedule yourself, that's what we'll be doing as of next week. Rightio. Now, giveaways, we love giveaways, and this week will be the last week for this wonderful painting from Ira Mitchell-Kirk set in Central Otago. Ira will be here on Monday's show to announce the winner. There you go, could be for your home or your business. Not too late, just a couple of days left. Rightio, we love to get out and about, and even though it's winter, we still want to have a bit of entertainment, and that's what we're offering to you today. This Sunday, the 2nd of August, Andy Stankovic will be here. He's the voice of Elvis at the Isaac Theatre Royal. He is a New Zealand boy of Māori and Croatian descent, and he lives in Auckland, that's right. So he will be here though on Friday in the flesh to talk about this wonderful concert that's happening, and you can purchase a ticket through Ticketek. Next up though, on the 13th and 14th of August at the Machina Lounge at the Christchurch Casino, the Naked Magicians are revealing themselves. Well, literally they actually are. But they are also magicians, so it will be quite an entertaining night, and it's not just for the ladies, it's for the men as well. And we've got tickets there. Remember, that's the 13th and 14th of August, and tickets are available at the Christchurch Casino. And last but not least, movies. It's always wonderful to head out to the movies. One little plug for a movie is called Learning to Drive. Look it up. It's a great, great movie for the whole family. How can you win? Really simple. All you need to do is go through to our website, ctv.co.nz, to win any of these tickets or the wonderful painting from Ira Mitchell-Kirk. Rightio. Coming up on today's show, Robert Linterman, the General Manager for ICA, gives us more wonderful advice. And today it's all about being energy-wise. That's right, making that choice to have your home run more efficient. And Phyllis Brown is here to close the show with me, and transforming our emotions. That's right. Sounds interesting, and as always, it's a pleasure to have her here. And the beautiful Mercy and I were in the kitchen, and today it is all a bit of a Mexican flavour, quesadillas. So yummy, great for the whole family. Lovely lunch or a dinner. But first up, with the theme of food, yes, you don't need meat. No, you do not need meat for your daily meal. And here, Nicola is here with Nourish, with a majestic meal. Yes, falafel patties.
It's really good for us all to have a vegetarian meal every now and then, and falafel is a really great way to have it because it includes the pulses, which are really healthy for us to have. Even when you're not a vegetarian, this is good to include in your diet anyway. So falafel, one of those things that you may buy at the supermarket, but it's actually really incredibly easy to make and really cheap to make as well. So I've just got a tin of chickpeas here, so I'm just going to pop those into the blender. And then the mix I've got here is just some parsley, some coriander, half an onion chopped up reasonably finely, and a little bit of garlic. So I'm just going to pop all that in there. You can see the green of the herbs there really going to make it look beautiful, and the smell and taste is going to be amazing too. So then I've just got 1 teaspoon of cumin and 2 tablespoons of flour, just to make sure that mixture is thick enough to be able to make into a patty and then cook off. So I'll pop that in there, and then we'll just give it a bit of a blend. I'll just blend that for a few seconds. See, it mixes in quite nicely. And it's a good mix there. I'll just give that a little pull down at the sides. And just another quick blend. Looking great. Wonderful. Right, so we just take that out. Just move that over to the side. We just roll that into little patties. So just place them like you would a meat patty. I'm just going to do 3 of those. And the mixture, you can actually freeze the mixture at this point, which is really handy. If you make an extra lot, then you've got that messy part done. And if you're wanting to just take some out and have them for a meal, you've already got the mixture all made up and you just need to roll it into the balls. Or you can even make it up into the patties and freeze it that way as well. So, just give my hands a wipe. Right. So I'm just going to pop those into the hot oil. That's sizzling away nicely there. And they're going to go beautiful and brown before we serve those up. I'll just let them cook for a few minutes and then we'll come back and serve them up. So these have browned up beautifully and I can smell the different herbs in there. They're really smelling beautiful. So I'm just going to serve them up. Today I'm going to serve them just as a nibble or an entree. You could have these with drinks. And I've just got some yoghurt to dip them in. And a little bit of parsley to serve on the side. But they have browned up beautifully and the onion in the centre will have cooked nicely as well. The other thing you could do with these, of course, is make them into a wrap with some salad and some yoghurt sauce as well. That's absolutely delicious. But I think these look great like this. Really nice as just a starter or just to serve up as a nibble if you're having drinks with some friends. So as I say, you can freeze them either at the patty stage or when you've just made the mix up. But they're so delicious, you might find it hard to put them away because I know what I'm going to have as my next meal.
Don't they look divine? And Dave, that's on camera one today, has promised, Nicola, that he will be making those, so I hope to taste those. No pressure, Dave, at all. Rightio, after the break, continuing on the food theme, quesadillas, yes, some majestic Mexican, beautiful dishes from Mercy. See you soon. Love that song, Snap, crikey, that's a song from the past, isn't it? But it is all about the power, and especially with Eka, you know, it's all about keeping energy efficient and thinking about it before we turn on the switch or turn off the switch. And this is the last of our series with Eka from Robert Litterman, who is the General Manager. It's all energy-wise.
Standard bulbs waste 95% of their energy on heat. When you turn them on, you pay for 400% more power than you would if you used quality, energy-efficient LED bulbs that give you the same amount of light. And LEDs last longer, over 15 years. Over their lifetime, they could save you $290. To switch, remember the base, brightness, and colour you need. The more you switch, the less you pay.
Love that you used chocolate in that, Robert. It was a great ad. Great ad
it's a shame you didn't have any, wasn't it?
No, I know. Didn't even bring any here in it. Cheap. Of course, we're joined by Robert Litterman, who is the General Manager for Eka, and that's just an example of energy efficiency in our home, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's really interesting that advert really shows the difference between an energy efficient light bulb, because what you want is light, you don't want heat. But what you're paying for 4 times more energy for heating than you are for lighting. So getting an energy efficiency light bulb will save you a lot of money on your power bill. You saw on the ad, I think, $120 odd a year just by changing out one light bulb. So you think about the number of light bulbs you've got in your house, change those out to an energy efficient bulb, then what are you saving? So a lot of money to be saved in lighting over a year.
Rightio. So how do we know about these products that are available out there for us to be efficient at that? Can we find them through the EnergyWise website?
Yep, you can find them through our website, but all of the supermarkets are now promoting this product, and you'll find it really difficult these days to buy the old traditional light. So most supermarkets have now got on board, supported this energy efficiency initiative, and they're promoting these energy efficient lights in their supermarket, and you can go and buy them right there.
And right back to the Energy Star, of course, superior energy efficiency. Love it.
Yep. Now that's on our products, so, well, not on our products, but products within the store. So it sits on things like washing machines, dryers, fridges, heat pumps, and it all that indicates is that they are really high energy efficient products. So they represent about 25% of the top end of the market in energy efficiency around those products.
Okay, really boring question.
Yep.
Are they more expensive to have Energy Star products?
If we look at the lifetime cost of a product, the answer to that is no. So yes, you can go and buy yourself something cheaper, but it costs more to run. But if over the life of the product, energy efficiency product is going to save you more money in the long run.
And as far as with our home, and we're talking about in particular that light bulbs with the commercial that we just saw there, is that something we should be thinking about when we're rebuilding as well, though?
Oh, absolutely. So LED lighting is new technology. It's been in the market probably for 3 or 4 years. That is hugely beneficial from an energy efficiency point of view compared to the old incandescent light. So we should be looking at LEDs in the future, and it will save lots of money.
It's good times. Now, there is energy ratings also on the products as well?
Yes, there are. So we have, you'll have seen on when you go and buy a washing machine or a fridge or a dryer or number of products that we even TVs here.
There it is. I think we've all seen one of those.
We've all seen one of those.
Yeah.
And so the beauty of that is the more stars you've got, the more energy efficient that particular appliance is. So, you know, the more stars, the better it is for you saving money in terms of the running costs of electricity of that product.
Now, what's standby power? Explain standby power.
So standby power is when you're at home and the kids are watching TV and you say, enough TV, you've got to go and do your homework. You push the button, it goes off. But
You're right. Okay, not in my household, but anyway, I like your theory.
Yeah. So, but when you turn that off by the remote, it's still sitting there, what's called on standby mode. You actually haven't turned it off at the wall. Because if you press the on button again, it goes boop, and up it goes again. So while products are sitting there, while appliances are sitting there in standby mode, they are actually burning electricity. So it's costing you money having it sit there. So if you're not going to use it for a while, switch it off at the wall, and that will save you money. So it might save you, $20 or $30 a year, but the more appliances we get, even things like electric kettles, then you might think, oh, it's sitting there and it's not doing anything, but you're still sitting on standby power. There's a bit of power running into that kettle even though it's not turned on.
Yeah.
Things like microwaves, although we want to have those on because the clock's on it. But if you can turn a lot of these things off, they will save you money over the course of the year.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Robert. Over the last few weeks, you've given us so many tips for our home. It's just wonderful, but always bring you back to their fantastic website, energywise.gov.nz. It's all there. Take advantage of Robert. He's there to be taken advantage of and his team. Hey, all the best. Keep warm, keep safe this winter. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you very much for letting me come in and talk to you about these things.
Good on you. He's such a good sort and lives in lovely old Wellington. Hope it's not too windy for him today. Rightio, it is time to head into the kitchen with the beautiful Mercy, and it definitely has a Mexican flavour today. I love it. It's so cool.
It is getting in the
Mercy.
Mexican spirit.
And it's so cool you're doing this recipe again because there was such a great response from people about it and how easy it was.
Well, some people were even making it for dinners.
I know.
Yeah.
Me. It's so easy. It's
It is.
so easy.
And yummy.
And economical. I think that's the biggest thing. And you don't have to have meat
No.
in them, which is nice for a change,
It is nice.
isn't it?
Yeah, I like vegetarian meals. We're so consumed around we need meat with every single meal, and often all you get is like a big slab of meat. Sometimes it's nicer just to pull that back and just have a few vegetables.
Actually, on that, we had the other night a portobello pasta. Now with the boys, they obviously like their meat, but they were like, oh wow, this is like a vegetable steak, they called it. Just gorgeous.
Another good one is lentils. Instead of making spaghetti bolognese
God,
with
love it. It's
mince,
got mushrooms, lentils. I don't think I'll be pushing something uphill if I get
maybe
that.
try that in a couple of months. Lentils is a good substitute for mince. It actually tastes really meaty, even though it's just lentils.
Oh, good on you. Right, we're heading to Mexico.
We are indeed. So quesadillas, super easy, and they're kind of like a Mexican pancake.
Right.
So what we do is we take I've got whole grain wraps, but you can use any kind of wraps. You can even make them yourself. I actually make my own wraps sometimes, but this was just a quick, easy thing that I bought from the supermarket.
Yes.
And I'm using like the mini ones because my pan's not quite big enough for the big ones.
And these are wholemeal ones though.
Yes, yeah. So it's slow grain, you know, that kind of thing. It's like slow processing in your body, so it's better for you, better than that white refined flour going on there.
Sounds good.
Super easy. Also what I've got here is I've got some cheese that I've grated. Now this is Egmont cheese. It doesn't really matter too much what cheese you use, but this one's really good. It's mainland Egmont, and the reason it's good is because it melts really, really well.
And it's got that nutty texture too.
It does. It has a really good taste and texture. And then in here, I've actually got some char-grilled red peppers. And now I just bought these in a jar. It's great because this time of year, your red peppers, they're a bit costly. So I got these in a jar and they last for ages. And then I've also got some coriander there and some jalapenos.
How divine. They're actually wonderful. I know from my time in Italy, just that with some fresh mozzarella on some fresh bread, and that is just heaven. So good, so good.
So let's get making. What we do is we just take our wrap, put it in there, and then we just load everything up. So it's actually as easy as this. You just sprinkle some cheese on the top here, and then we're going to sprinkle all of our other ingredients on as well. Now I like mine quite cheesy.
It is tasty. And the Egmont, you know, it is. There is so many cheeses out there, but Egmont is a great one for this, isn't it?
So good. It just melts so much nicer because I'm usually a tasty mainland girl.
Yeah.
I know it's expensive, but I love it. But it doesn't melt very well, so I generally, for all of my baking that I do, that I've got to melt cheese, Egmont's the way to go.
Good.
So I'm just going to spread lots of these on. And again, you can substitute whatever you want in here. So if you wanted sun-dried tomatoes, you could put those in. Or if you wanted a little bit of red onion, that would also be nice. So we'll put a little bit of those jalapenos on there.
They give a great kick, don't they?
They do,
Yeah.
and some people are like, oh, I don't really like hot stuff, but the cheese actually mutes them a bit, so they're not actually too spicy. And then I've got a little bit of coriander, and again, if you don't like coriander, substitute it with something else, maybe
I know. Who doesn't like coriander? Actually, my mum.
It's actually
hates coriander.
Coriander's funny because apparently some people have the gene that when they eat it, it makes it taste like soap.
Really?
There's some gene that some people have that when they eat coriander, it tastes like soap. It's really quite odd, but I love it. And then all we do is we stick the top on, and I'm just going to crank this up and we wait for it to cook.
It doesn't take too long. I was actually quite surprised. I've got my big fancy big pink spatula, I was going to say. Yeah, spatula.
Yeah.
So you can just press on it, because it does help if you actually press on it, I think,
Yes,
a little bit, doesn't
yeah,
it?
just to join the
So
two
there it
together.
goes there. I'm going to show there in the pan. Oh, it slips sliding away. How long do you think it takes?
A couple of minutes each side, does depend on how hot your pan is, so this is just heating up now, but once you get a couple going, then it only takes a couple of minutes each side, and you get that really, if we look over here, you can see that
Isn't
kind
that
of
divine?
golden brown colour on here, and then all the cheese melts, and once the cheese melts, it's done and ready to eat.
And it's great. You know what it is? It is great rugby food.
Yes!
You know, you've just picked up the kids
Yeah.
from rugby and that, and so I know it's a go-to to go to the bakery, but you can make this so easy at
So
home
quickly.
and so much better for them as well.
And it's that hot comfort food as well, when you're finished out in the cold sport,
tasty.
coming in and having that cheesy deliciousness. Is
Good
so
on you.
good.
And Mercy, you promise you'll put the recipe up online?
I will.
Okay, there you go. Yumma. Arriba!
Arriba!
And don't go anywhere, because after the break, the beautiful Phyllis Brown joins me. Sounded a little bit like Star Trek.
It did a little bit.
It doesn't want to bring me up, Scotty, but it is actually quite lovely. But anyway, I just there's back in time to Star Trek, the opening scene, isn't it? How are you, Phyllis Brown?
I'm very well, thank you for asking, yes.
And you're going to be transforming, hopefully, our emotions, or giving us a tool today.
Yeah, well, hopefully giving you a tool. We've been on this journey through July about transform your life, and our emotions are our barometer of where we are in life. And you know, our key emotions, things like guilt or anger, jealousy, these types of emotions can keep us trapped in a sense of unwellness or bitterness or limiting. And so we really need to start transforming our emotions. So we did the personality types, and certain emotions go with those personality types. But what seemed to come through last week, certainly with the client base that I had, was this sense of guilt. They felt guilty about everything. They felt guilty about moving on from their partners or finding a new job, or I feel guilty, I don't want to let my work colleagues down. I feel guilty. And it's one of those emotions that can really keep you just stuck on that hamster wheel of just regrets, limitations, and going nowhere. And you have to stop. You have to just stop and think, well, what does that emotion serve? What's the purpose of that emotion in my life? What is it doing to me? And how do I stop it?
Is it the over-analysing?
We can overthink things. So yes, paralysis by analysis. We can just think things. And we're not seeing the bigger picture. We're limiting our beliefs that way by just overthinking. So again, what's the purpose of overthinking something? Is there a fear behind that? So where does the fear come from? And when you're healing your emotions, it's sort of going back and back until you get to that base fear, and that's your cause. That's what you've got to look at.
We're not going to solve it today.
We're not, because it's just a touchstone.
It's touching on it. But how can we stop that emotional roller coaster?
I think you have
kill
to...
the hamster.
How do we kill the hamster? God bless the hamster.
God bless him.
Is what purpose does this guilt serve in my life? What purpose does this anger serve in my life? Why do I get angry? Because it will not be the person that you're being angry at. It will be you. So you have to bring that emotion back to you and go, okay, so why do I get angry? Why do I feel guilty? And when you start to work at that, then you can transform those emotions to, I don't need to manipulate that person. I can move on from this job. It's okay for me to say no, you know, rather than feeling guilty and then compromising your own life. So how does it serve my life? Look at that emotion and how does it serve?
And how do we maintain it though?
By really developing that habit. So, you know, for me, sometimes I'll just put the phone down, say I'll phone you back in 5 minutes until I get a hold of my own emotions, figure out where they've come from, and then I'll phone the person back. So take control.
Right.
Don't, you know, we don't want to do that mirror reflection thing where they're going high and you're going high and you go high.
Being reactive?
Being reactive. You want to be responsive, but in that lovely measured way. So again, recognise your emotions and recognise, are they mine, are they somebody else, that person creating that emotion in me. So always bring it back to you. You have to own your reaction or your emotions. They're nobody else's. They do belong to you.
Now, we're lucky we have Phyllis here every week, but can you imagine if you had Phyllis for an hour, how incredible that would be? Well, she is being very generous today and is giving you an hour of her time out at her beautiful home to have a session, and we've got a voucher there to give away. So all we need to do is go through to website ctv.co.nz, and please leave us a parting gift today is our card.
Yes.
Compassion.
Compassion today. Remember, your words have the power to heal our heart. With compassion on your side, you can use your words to instill confidence. So think about what you're saying.
Think about what you say. I know, that's your challenge today. Rightio, so have a wonderful day today. Tomorrow though, it is Cuppa for a Cause here in the studio. I'm making some cupcakes very shortly for Alzheimer's. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.